Welcome. Negative trapped emotions. What are they? So they are negative vibration, feelings, vibrating below 200 on the map of consciousness. Most of them are at pride, a few at anger, and 3 or 4 at desire consciousness. All of them, they are vibrating slightly differently. So if one is at 190, it's more like 191.111, and the other one would be 191.2. There's a slight difference. So each one of them are feeling differently passing through the body. When they pass through the body, it's a negative feeling. We don't know what to do with it. And the ego is contracting it. It's holding on to it. From the moment that we were child, we didn't know. So we start storing those negative vibrations in balls of energy in different organs. So the physical heart might be heartache, the lungs might be sadness, grief, the kidney fears, the liver anger, spleen anxiety, and so on. There's different type of vibration that are going to different organs. In those organs, there's a ball of energy there. Over time, it's stagnant, so it's ripping up tissues. This negative ball of energy is ripping up tissues, and over time, the body is kind of like screaming for attention, wanting to bring you awareness of that negative vibration stuck inside. If you're not listening, it starts turning into disease. If you're not listening, it starts turning into cancer. We can find organs that are potentially vulnerable for cancer. Organs at 175. A healthy organ is over 200. A good organ is at 210. Perfect organ at 220. At 190 is inferior, underactive. At 180 is hyperactive. I need to produce a lot of energy to make it work. And then at 175, it's almost, I wouldn't say dead, but it's not really functioning. So we need to, those ball of energy, we can say as an analogy that they are linked to cords in front to another ball of energy in your energy field. Let's say that it's red. And your soul is going in circle all your life and passing in front of those red lights, triggering those red lights for you to reflect on what's up within. Because your soul wants you to release that ball of energy, because once you release it, you re-expand the energy field. Once you re-expand the energy field, there's more space for the soul to be present, to dance with it, to play. We are expanding layers of the heart, removing layers of the ego. There's less thoughts per day. So the first time that we trap an emotion, after that we're just living the same pattern over and over again. The only way to break that chain is to release the initial emotion, the first time we lived it. Most of the first time, depending on the emotion, is around 1-2 years old. I would say more adult emotion are going to be around 5 years old. Emotion like despair. It's not really a child that is going through despair. Most of the time when we trap despair, it's being empathic to our parents. They send that negative vibration, we are present in the room and we receive it. There's other ways to have trapped emotion. It can be coming from our ancestors. It can be coming from the 9 months while we were in the womb of our mother. So if the mother lives some emotion, it's going to be transmitted directly into the child. It can be also at birth, going through the birth canal. It can be also soul from the emotion. It can be also emotion from the souls. The soul that is coming from full abundance, enlightenment, coming here in the physical body and feeling limited. So there might be feelings of feeling betrayed because the soul feels that it deserves everything because it's the child of God. So we trap emotion in multiple organs, and we're going to see this in the soul edit section where we're going to do the body scan to find emotion in different type of organs. But the primary organs are the 5 T organs. So there's the kidneys in the area of the sacral. There's the spleen on the left side of the solar plexus. The liver on the right side. There's the lungs and the heart, the physical heart. We can scan through muscle testing and trying to see if those organs are healthy or not. So I can ask my physical heart, is it over 200? Yes. Is it over 210? Yes. Is that 220? Yes. Perfect. I know lately I've been working on my liver. So liver, is it over 200? Yes. Over 210? No. Is it at 210? Yes. This is actually good. I think 2-3 days ago, it was at 190 and I released an emotion there. There's another way to check your 5G organ. In Chinese traditional medicine, they do it with the pulse. If you are doing it on yourself, you need to pass your hand under your wrist. On your wrist, there's 2 lines. First line here, second line, first line, second line. On the second line, I'm going to use my 3 fingers here, and I'm going to go across, and I'm going to put it starting at the second line, and my 3 fingers are stick to each other, and there's 3 levels. So when I press very hard, and I'm not feeling a pulse on one of those 3 fingers, then one of those organs are underactive. When I'm just pressing normal, I should feel a pulse. And if I'm slightly touching, and I'm feeling a pulse, means that it's hyperactive. So the first finger linked to your wrist is the lung and the heart. No, it's the right lung, because I'm on the right side, right? It's the right lung. Then I have the liver, and then I have the right kidney. And if I do on the left arm, I'm going to have the heart and also the left lung, first finger. Second finger, it's going to be the spleen. And the third finger is going to be the left kidney. This is very hard to do. You can play with it. For me, it's way easier just with muscle testing. We can also check the Chinese traditional medicine clock, where it shows that every 2 hours, on the clock of 24 hours, there's an organ that is being triggered. So for example, me, at one point in my life, I was waking up at 4 a.m. every night. And I realized through the clock that I had trap emotion in my lungs at this exact time when the lungs are being triggered on the 24-hour clock. There's also the 14 meridians that we need to assess. So there's 12 meridians linked to organs and 2 that are governing the others. So one in the front for the feminine and one in the back for the masculine, the nervous system, the governing vessel. That's the one we are opening 3 times with a tip of our finger to start the release. We're going to see this in the next lesson. We have 3 meridians here on the arm that are connected to the heart center. So on the side, there's the heart meridian linked to the physical heart. Then the pericardium in the middle, which is the skin of the heart. And then on the side, there's the lungs. And those are the yin, feminine organs. And then in the back of the arm, there's the yang. So the back of the heart is going to be the small intestine. The back of the pericardium is going to be the triple warmer. And then the back of the lungs, it's the large intestine. So what happens is, if we have trap emotion in those organs, it's also going to affect the flow of the chi energy moving to the meridian. So me, for example, when I have some trap emotion in some organs linked to the heart center, it manifests here in the skin. And most of the time I scratch here on the heart meridian. So I know by just pressing here or seeing the mark of the skin on the rashes that it's linked to a physical heart emotion. And then it would be scratching here, it would be linked to the lung. So the body is giving me information like that. The body is talking to us. It's a whole language. There's also the elements to assess per fingers, right? We saw this before. Fire on the thumb. And then after that, I have air, ether, and then I have earth and water. The meridians are also going through the fingers. And each body part has reflexology. So I can Google reflexology of the hand. And on the end, there's going to be different section of the end that is linked to different organs. So if I have a rash here or something, well, this is linked to a specific organ. We can do the same with the face. We can do the same. There's even like the reflexology of the eye. And then there's the reflexology of the feet, the reflexology of the genitals. So each time that there's a little, maybe a pimple, maybe a little itchiness, a little rashes, a little pain, well, we assess the reflexology. It's another way to find what is the trap emotion. Or I can just use muscle testing directly. But that's how the body is communicating to us all the time. So we are all born at 500 love consciousness. And in the first 1 or 2 months, the ego kicks in. And then we go down to reason. And then after that, with the ego mind, we start trapping emotion. By the age of 5, we all go down below 250 at courage consciousness or below. Some that trap harsher emotions, they're going to go into fears. It is normal to trap emotion. It is part of the third density of this duality here that is still facing darkness. Because we're here to take the choice to polarize towards the negative or the positive. In a way, dark entities are using negative emotion to control us, to keep us in conflict within. We are in conflict between our feminine and masculine. We are in conflict between our ego, mind, and body. And because of that, we don't know who we are. We're trying to find our ways. We're trying to build our inner house and find a home within, right? But if there's always negative vibration entering, well, this inner house is being shaken, right? So the process is to start releasing the initial trap emotion. But as we do this, we continue trapping emotion all the time. Because the only way to fully live a negative vibration is to be near love consciousness, where we are fully present, linked to the universal mind. Naturally, I'm seeing life in slow motion. I am uncontrolled love. Before that, it's a process of understanding the depth of what does that mean, this emotion? What does that mean, a human being going through failure? Where does it trap in the body? Which organ does it affect? What is the benefits of the ego to keep this trap emotion? We're going to go through this in the lesson where I explain most of the emotion of the emotional code chart. The trap emotion, they create a cloudy energy field. That's what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. And our job is to clean the energy field, to recycle that darkness and transmute it into light, to give it back to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is living at uncontrolled love consciousness. She's able to take that darkness and recycle it. Women are more linked to the pain body, as emotions are more feminine, more linked primarily to the sacral, linked to emotion, energy in motion, which is flow, water. Men are more linked to the hamster wheel that is running the ego mind, thinking about future ideas, projecting about plans and how his life is going to be in the future. Somehow, the pain body is linked to the past and the hamster wheel is linked to the future. So if we want to raise our consciousness, we need to clean the pain body, releasing this emotion, and we need to start silencing the mind to not be stuck in the future. We need to remove those loops of thought patterns of projection. I really like the movie Soul by Pixar, and the movie, they show humans being stuck in their pain body energy field with big dark being over them, and then they're stuck in that illusion, walking like zombies. The pain body is very similar to this. Because of this cloudy energy field, we are contracted within, we are always like assessing our problem, me, victimhood, and then we don't see clearly the beauty of the universe from the lens of the heart center. So this is our job, is to clean that energy field, releasing emotion, and at the same time, balancing chakra, bringing attention in those energy center one at a time, as we are shifting the subconscious mind, the paradigm, telling that our new comfort zone is having this specific chakra balance. It takes around 21 days for shifting the subconscious mind through repetition. In the next lesson, we're going to see how to release those emotions. And after that, I'm going to explain you the depth of understanding of each emotion from a higher level of consciousness. Because once we understand the depth, then we can start releasing more than 70-80% of the emotion. If we don't understand it from a higher level of consciousness, we might release 50% of it. And over time, we need to start bringing more experience, more wisdom into what does that mean, this specific emotion. Thank you.